Last year was very flaky. Things were happening at like crazy pace. Now I think people are just assessing it much better. I think the next few months are going to be even more amazing. Things are going to become more difficult. Tougher companies are going to survive. Companies which are not going to be able to raise are going to either get consolidated or shut down. We expect massive consolidation in the market. There were multiple payment companies doing the same things which were being formed. We expect that over the next 12 to 18 months, larger players will consolidate them over multiple places.
It reminds me a little bit like a petrol shortage. If you've got a full tank, you're fine. But eventually, when you go back into the petrol station to fill up, you get impacted by everything that's happening around you. Right. Even if you're well capitalized and you are growing strongly, things have changed, haven't they? And what does that mean for your company in terms of now it's you focus on profitability?
I think it's we've been real. Like we've had revenues. So a lot of companies who are going through that struggle right now are the ones who don't have revenues. Like people who have raised at crazy valuation with sub $20 million of revenue. We are on a 100 million plus revenue run rate. We will cross over $100 million of gross revenue this year. So we've had lesser of those challenges. But I know a lot of startups who are struggling to raise now because of that. So we see these kind of impacts continue to kind of aspect to grow out. Over the next 12 to 18 months, investors have clearly predicted the fact that it's going to be a funding winter. There has to be a focus on profitability. So for someone like us, where profitability, and we've been always focusing on growth, how can we build $1 billion of gross revenue over the next 3 years? But now we are saying, hey, instead of going profitable Q4 next year, can we become profitable Q1 next year? So a lot of those changes, subtle changes are happening across the business as well.
If we talk about the economic headwinds, there are concerns that Europe could be facing a recession, that it's more challenging on this side of the world. You derive the bulk of your revenues from Europe. Do you think that your business is recession-proof?
It is. So like one of our big parts of our business is travel. And travel is booming. Like we are seeing the fact that businesses are now, everyone's getting back to travel. Look at us, like last year I didn't come for this event, but I'm back here. So everyone's coming back to travel. So we see that travel continuously growing. E-commerce, online purchases, anything which is consumption is still growing. So we are not seeing recessionary trends are there. Discretionary spending may start cutting down over the next few months, but we are still not seeing any impact of recession coming in, impacting discretionary spend so far.